Hello there, my friends. Amy Friese reporting to you today for another installation of my Ironman Wisconsin 2013 journey, where I share with you some training tips, my training, and nutrition, some nutrition tips, and also inspiration and motivation. So I'm a sports nutrition coach, and I thought it would be really helpful if I share my journey, so not only to look back and really celebrate where I've come from, but also to share with you some things that you can learn from to make your training even better, regardless of what you're training for, whether it's a triathlon or a race or whatever, a bike, a ride, training for life. Hey, rock on, right? So today, the workout was a hell of a hill workout, as I like to call it. Worked out on the treadmill at Princeton Club in New Berlin, Wisconsin with my coach and friend, Dave Jesse. And it looked like this. We did a 5-minute warm-up. I started at 5.5 and I progressed up to a 6.0 miles per hour. And then for 5 minutes, every minute, we went up 2% incline. So we started at 2, went to 4, went to 6, went to 8, went to 10, and then recovered for another 5 minutes. And we repeated that incline segment 4 times. If you have never done a 10% incline on a treadmill, I highly recommend you give it a whirl. Holy pajeebers. It was one of the toughest workouts I have ever done, and I work out a lot. It was to that point where I started to get a little nauseous, almost lightheaded, which was when I had to stop letting pride and letting my brain rule when I was listening to my body. So I started at a 6.0, but I ended up excuse me, slowing down to that last 10% at 5.5 because I was giving it all I had, and boy, oh boy, was it very challenging. So it was one of those workouts where you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad I'm done. But boy, I'm really glad I did it. It was a really good perspective to assess, where I've started and where I'm moving towards. And a lot of times when I get to that point where it gets really challenging and I'm like, I just want to stop, I just want to get off this god darn treadmill, I think to myself, what are you going to do when this feeling comes to you while you're racing? And of course, I'm going to keep going, right? So that's what the perspective is all about in my mind. It's about getting ready for the race. It's about pushing through. It's about understanding and being in those uncomfortable places, knowing that it's okay, and then to keep going forward. So that was definitely one of these workouts. We also did some swimming, and I was so happy to be in that pool. I'm not going to lie. I swam a total of 900 meters today, a little kickboard, and then some front crawl. So that was so refreshing to do. I also wanted to share with you a little insight too. I'm having to tweak my training this week because I'm participating in a marathon relay at the Pettit National Ice Center. So Chris Ponteri puts on this awesome event every year at the Pettit National Ice Center in West Allis, Wisconsin. And what it is on Friday night, there's a 5K. On Saturday, there are 2 half marathons and a marathon relay. And then on Sunday, there's a full marathon. So, excuse me, 96 laps around is a full marathon. It is a crazy coconuts awesome thing to do, to see and support. So I'm really excited to be there. I'm participating in the marathon relay with Dave Jesse, Ann Kaufman, and Jim Webbies. At least, I just thought about that. I don't really even know Jim's real last name. We just call him Webbies. I call him Jimmy. He's an awesome guy. I think he's great. But anyway, so we're doing that with the 4 of us, so looking forward to that. So what that means is that I'm going to have to move some things around. Instead of taking my off day on Friday, it's going to have to be on Sunday. So I did a little finagling and reminding myself that my training plan is actually a guide. So moving my typical running and biking from Friday and splitting it up, from Saturday. So that means that on Friday, I'll be doing my biking and my lifting, and then on Saturday I'll be doing my running. I'm up to 9.5, which is awesome. And then on Sunday I have my day off, which means that I only have 2 swim workouts instead of 3. That's okay. It's all okay. So just learning to assess and modify things as you go along. You got to give yourself that space, because ultimately the training will get done. Your training will get done. You just got to take it step by step. All right, moving on to nutrition. I'm super excited to be working on my book, Eat Smart, Run Strong 21-Day Challenge. What does that mean? Well, that book will be 20 dinner recipes, that I prepared myself, tried and tested. I will eat them. I will take pictures of them. I will give you shopping lists. I will also give you some tips and some advice on how to tweak them if you're an athlete and you need to increase your carbohydrate intake or tweak the fat or the protein, and also give you some action steps along the way, some things to think about when it comes to nutrition and about your training. So it's going to be a workbook put together with a recipe book, put together with some perspective, lots of bonuses. So we're going to have some smoothie recipes in there, some shopping tips, some shopping lists. So lots of good stuff. That will be coming out the week of my birthday, which is February the 6th. So that'll be my birthday present to you. And then last, motivation and inspiration. I continue to do my studies with a book by Dr. Friedrich Schraub called The Fear and Anxiety Solution. I used to be really embarrassed to talk about the fact that I had fear and anxiety because I thought I was the only person. Well, of course, that's the most ridiculous thing, right? But what I've realized is that fear and anxiety, it's there for a reason. It's there to protect us. It's when we let that protection overtake us from moving and propelling forward that we get in trouble. So I've purchased the audiobook and I've been listening to that. I'm on chapter 3 of 19. I like to listen to that while I'm on the bike. It's a great thing to do. The spinner bike on the indoors, by the way, not while I'm riding outside. But it's been very insightful. I really like and respect his work because he's a cardiologist. He's an MD and he's got his PhD. So he takes the science and puts it in with the psychology and the emotional component and adds some spirituality in there too. It's just absolutely fascinating. I find it incredibly helpful and I'm taking it step by step, much like my training, right? So it's all coming together. So that's it, my friends. I look forward to hearing from you, and whatever you're training for, please feel free to reach out and share your questions, your tips, anything that's coming up in your life, whether you're training for an Ironman, a triathlon, a run, a bike, like I said at the beginning, anything. Let's all talk about it together and share some insights. So check me out on Facebook, check me out on Twitter. Those, by the way, are the two best ways to get a hold of me if you want to reach out. And you can also check me out on my website, which is www.fit4ebody.com. That's it for now, my friends. Coach Amy Friese checking out for today. So have a fabulous day. Eat smart and run strong and have fun along the way. We'll talk to you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.